Welcome back. My name is Caleb Oliver and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about the book The Money Tree by Chris Guillebeau. But before we start, just comment the phrase down below, money tree, because that is the topic for today's video. Alright, let's get started. Now, I'm going to do my best to not completely spoil the book, but I will need to give away some details in order to give this book review. Other financial books that I read did not have a plot that could be spoiled so easily because they were non-fictional. However, this book is a fictional book, so I'm going to do my best not to give away too many spoilers. With that being said, I just want to give you a little bit of the author's perspective. Chris Guillebeau decided to write this book because it would be fitting for the challenging times that we're going through now. This is true because the main character in this book, his name is Jake, he's going through some challenging times in his life as well. He was recently notified that he owes $50,000 in student loan debt. He is also being threatened with being evicted, and he's also having some performance issues at work. So, knowing all of this, I'm going to go over the top 5 things that we can learn from Jake's experiences. Also, the book does not explicitly go over everything that I'm about to say, but these are just the ideas that I pulled from Jake's experiences. Alright, let's get right to it. So number 1 is Parkinson's Law. Parkinson's Law is the idea that work expands so as to fill the time available for completion. In basic terms, that means completing a task with a short time frame adds pressure and you'll get the job done. Or in other words, getting the job done in a pinch. Jake realized that he was good with this and he used this to advantage. And we could use this to our advantage too, both in our business and also in our personal lives, because if we shorten the amount of time we have to complete a task but still complete it in that time frame, we have more time to use in our day. But Jake realized this as he was thinking back to 6th grade. One day in 6th grade, he got on a school bus and he realized, oh, I have a paper due today and I forgot to do it. So all through that day in school, he was working on the paper. He was writing it down during classes, and in between classes, one class had a computer in it, so he typed up the paper, and just in the nick of time, he was able to submit the paper. Once he submitted the paper and got it back, he saw he got an A-. He only lost a few points. So he realized that he worked well under pressure. He only had a little bit of time to write the paper, but he did a really good job. So he applied this to his business practices as well. He applied this when he was first tasked with making $1,000 in a week. That was his first task that he had to do. Just to back it up a little bit, Jake joined this group called The Third Way. And this is a group of people who are interested in starting side businesses while they work their current job. And they're interested in starting businesses for a low amount of money. And they're interested in helping each other out. So they have these meetings on a weekly basis. And this was the first assignment that they gave him. Another assignment that he got from them was start a business. He had to start a service business with just $0, with no money. So with these tight challenges, because he was good at working the Parkinson's Law, as I mentioned, he was good at working that from young, this helped him as he started his business. So we can benefit from Parkinson's Law as well. Now let's move on to number 2. Number 2 here is need extra income. So okay, in this book, Jake needed extra income. He was $50,000 in student loan debt. He had the threat of being evicted. He had the threat of losing his job, and it was also so bad that at one point in the story, he couldn't even pay for dinner. His card was rejected. His girlfriend had to pay. So we can avoid these same bad situations that Jake are in. We need some extra income so that these things don't happen to us. Even if it's not as extreme as in Jake's case, or even if it isn't extreme as now with the current financial situation we have going on, it's always good to have some extra income. That way, if something happens to any of your money or you have some sort of emergency, you can always cover all those extra expenses that come up. So we all can learn from Jake here and learn that we need extra income. So we all should be working on a side hustle or a side business so we can achieve that goal. Before we move to number 3 here, I just want to say if you're getting any value out of this video, just click the like button down below. Also click subscribe and turn on the notification bell. That way you get notified the moment I post my next video. Also just comment the word down below, the phrase money tree, because that's what we're talking about today. When you do things like this, you're really helping to support my channel and it helps my content get pushed to a larger audience, and I'm very grateful for that. So thank you. Let's keep moving here. Now we have number 3. Number 3 here is niche down. So what that means is you need to choose a specific audience and you need to know who is your product or service specifically serving. And you need to know this because if you try and reach everyone, you will reach nobody. Jake learned this when he was in a third way meeting. They were asking him about a business he wants to start as he was explaining that business. And they said, okay, who is this business for? And he said, well, anybody could use it. And they said, nope, Jake, don't do that. For the same reason I just said it. If you try and reach everybody, you're going to reach no one. So we all can learn from that. As we start a business or even a YouTube channel, you need to niche down and choose a specific group of people that is for. That way you actually get customers and clients and you learn to serve this exact audience. For example, on YouTube here, my niche is business, finance, and personal development. And I try and target men in the age group of 18 and 30. I bet if you're watching this, you're in that category. And I'd also like to say, if you're not in that category, I'd like to give you a double portion of thanks because you're giving me extra support. So I really thank you for that. Now we're going to move on to number 4. Number 4 here is learn by doing. So Jake was initially unsure how to make the $1,000 in that 1 week when he first got the assignment. However, after learning through some trial and error and just doing a little bit of research, Jake was better off. And even at some point in the book, as he was calculating all the hours he was working, he realized the hours that he had spent learning don't really count because you only have to learn something once. After you learn it, you have it up here forever and you can keep making more money from it. So it's actually a beneficial thing to learn. He was able to learn how to flip textbooks, and that's partially how he was able to reach his $1,000 goal. Also, it's important to note, do not get stuck in analysis paralysis thinking, how can I do this? I don't know, what can I think? I need 3 more weeks to think. No, just do a little bit of research and then start. For example, if you want to start a YouTube channel, your best course of action is just to put the camera on the tripod and hit record. Yes, it'll be a little rough. Yes, it'll be a little hard, but you will learn by doing. And in a few videos in, you will progress and you'll get better. And this is true for YouTube and it's true for any other business out there. So it's good to just learn by doing so you get some really good education so you can really start improving in that area of your life that you want to improve in. And now we have here number 5. This is the last one here and I'm really passionate about it, and that's why I left it the best for last year. Why you need a business. Now, I'm not just talking financial. We all know we need extra money and why we need extra money. But currently, I'm talking about for personal reasons. You need to have your own business so you can stop dealing with office politics and you can stop dealing with all the nonsense you deal with at work. For example, Jake was dealing with some office politics. Some people at his job didn't like him and he suffered a little bit because of that, so don't do that. Also, another example is one time Jake showed up late for a meeting because they were on the West Coast, but it was scheduled for East Coast time. So when he showed up, he was late. They gave him all bad, ugly looks. And then they made him stand in the corner because there were no seats. He showed up late. They made him stand in the corner until the meeting was over. So I said to myself, this is a little ridiculous. He should, and we all need to start a business, have our own business. So we're not subjected to this office politics and all this nonsense. And the reason I'm so passionate about this is because you go to a job to literally you go there to make money, collect your check, and go home. You're not there to try and please this person and make this person look bad and play around and he said, she said. That's all nonsense. Like, stop playing around and just make money. So I would hate to think that we need to work for 20, 30, 40 years at a job we hate, playing around like this when we can just start a business, eliminate a lot of this crap, and then make all the money that we could ever want, and even in the process retire early, live a life we really want. So I highly recommend that you need to start your own business so you can avoid some of that nonsense. Another reason why you need to start your own business is for job security. At Jake's job, they were doing like a little audit and his job wasn't doing so well. They basically had to start firing some people. They started using this tool that was just measuring ROI, return on investment. It was like an analytics machine. And Jake, at one point, his numbers were low, so he's pretty much at risk of being fired because a silly machine was in charge of his job. And I thought to myself, this is ridiculous. We shouldn't be at such risk worrying about who's going to take our job, or is a machine going to report on us to the effect of us losing our job. No, just eliminate that whole process. It's important to start your own business, have your own money coming in, so you really don't have to worry about any of this, because at the end of the day, you want to collect a check and move on. You don't want to play. You don't want to almost lose your job based on some nonsense. You want to get in, get your money, and get out. So please avoid this. Now I will read off a quote that was listed near the end of the book, and it was a really good quote. It kind of sums up the book well, and it speaks to us now in the times that we're going through. So here we go. It says, "Sometimes in life, a strange thing happens. We get the chance to reinvent ourselves. Our new self has the ability to draw on the strengths and experiences of the old self, but without the constraints and limiting beliefs that held us back. When this opportunity arrives, we have a choice to make. We can use it as a springboard to greater things. Dreams become goals, and goals become a series of checkpoints along the way. As we achieve the goals and approach the dreams, new dreams appear on the horizon. Or, of course, we can let the opportunity pass us by. That's why it's a choice. Take it or leave it. It doesn't force itself in." So I encourage you to use this time well and to start to pursue all of your dreams. Now is the time to start. Don't get caught up in analysis paralysis, and don't let people kill your dreams because they're saying all this nonsense and they don't even understand what's happening up here. Just focus on doing and following your own dreams. Cancel out all that other noise. You will literally thank yourself a year from now for starting right now and following your dreams. Well, that brings us almost to the end of the video. I thank you for watching, but before you click out, just two more things here. If you'd like to sign up for Audible, you can click the link down below, sign up, and you can even listen to this book there. That's why I highly recommend Audible. It's a great service to listen to audiobooks. Or there's also another link down below to click. You can buy the book through Amazon and get it in paperback and read it with pages. Some people like the old school way, the new school way. Go for it. If you like to click either of the links down below, it's available for you to sign up if you like. Alright, well that brings us to the end, but before we actually go, I'd just like you to click the like button down below. Also click subscribe and turn on the notification bell. That way you get notified the moment I post my next video. And just comment the word or the phrase down below, money tree, because that's what we talked about today. Alright, see you next time.